Yo, 1 2 1 2. All right, y'all. So this video or audio would have been uploaded already, but I guess Mercury retrograde is like really trying to get at me right now. So the whole thing just had no volume when I first uploaded it. That's my mistake. So I'm gonna try now with my face and see if that works. All right. So pause, cause that's crazy. But all right. So look, I'm in the dream, right? So mind you, let me give you some context before I get to the dream. Before the dream, like my circadian rhythms has been off tilt lately. Like I just been going to sleep when I want, waking up when I want, no structure, no routine. Like I just abandoned my whole schedule system that I had. You know what I mean? Like if I ain't had no readings, I just do whatever I want. I kind of mentioned that in the last dream. Um, so I woke up at like maybe 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, something like that, and I decided to go to the store. So I go to the store, right? I go get mad fruits and vegetables. I juice on Mondays, on moon days, because the moon represents nurture. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my routine. That's part of my ritual. You know what I'm saying? I get the juicing on Mondays, moon days. So I get up mad early in the morning or late at night, depends on how you see it. I go to the store. I get mad fruits and vegetables, right? Cucumbers, all, more along the lines of greens and oranges, colors, fruits and vegetables of green and orange. For particular reasons, I can show you better than I could tell you. Like, I'm working on a school, right? So I told you I'm working on the mystery school. Give you more context. I'm working on a mystery school. One of the courses in the mystery school is going to be health. Like not the stuff that they teach you in the hospitals or something that a doctor would or could teach you. Not that stuff. All right. Um, so to do this, you gotta have faith. You gotta have belief, and you gotta have some type of experience. Experimenting with the stuff that you use. Holistic type stuff. So, I remember I'm giving you context before I get into this. Not only that, when I went to college, I decided to take specialization in healthcare management instead of taking finance. I was thinking about taking finance for my master's because I'm like, okay, this would be the trifecta that'll, just merge me right into obtaining capital, this, that, and the third. But as I neared closer to selection for my discipline of what I was going to major in, I just got this hunch, like this intuitive hunch that I was just like, yo, nah, I'm not going for capital or finance. For one reason, I learned so much about finance while doing my associates and my bachelor's, and I still had all the textbooks, still got all the textbooks. I'm like, still got all the literature for my classes. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that when I basically know everything that I need to do if I want to get capital? And shit was happening in the world, so I was just like, yo, me as an individual, right? I'm like, yo, I'd rather have a strong workforce than to know how to get a whole lot of capital. Because there's strings attached sometimes when you get capital, depending on how you get it. And when you earn it on your own, it's a whole entirely different story. However, when you reach out, right, the VCs, or you reach out fundraising, or you reach out and you get investors of some type of sort, it's always those strings attached. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, I'd rather a workforce of longevity to be with me because I know the optimal health that they possess can translate into the optimal production that we produce type shit. That's how I'm thinking anyway. And I know some people, if you're a business whale, you're probably looking at me like tisk tisk, poor guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see. But I hear you, but maybe I'm on to something too. Maybe you could learn a note or two from me. You know what I'm saying? Because times are changing, B. We'll see. So anyway, I say that to say this. I chose specialization in healthcare. It was one of the most trying disciplines to take. It was like fucking horrendous to learn the shit that I learned in there. But I don't want to take away from this dream and drag that. I just want to let you know that I chose that instead of choosing capital in college for my master's, right? So boom. This was before I even start. Like, this was maybe like 4 or 5 months before I started doing astrology too. So I didn't even know that I had a sun in the sixth house. My Pisces sun is in the sixth house, in the seventh house. The sun is in the sixth, but I got Pisces in sixth and the seventh, right? So this is before I even knew that. So when I found this out, I'm like, that's why I chose specialization in healthcare over the capital. You get what I'm saying? So, all right. Now let me bring you up to the speed to the dream. So the dream begins. I'm walking into this building. I walk into the entrance. I know the doorman. Me and the doorman are like cool. Like, I can't really see him though, but I know he's like security, and we got a rapport. Cause I'm saying what's up to him. He's saying what's up to me, but it just wasn't on some like head nod shit. It was like that was my God type shit. So I walk through the entrance, walk up like about 5 steps, and then I walk into this facility. Now, at first, I thought it was a shelter. I'm looking around like a dorm shelter. You know what I'm saying? It was a dorm, that was for sure. But it was big, so it wasn't like it was a college dorm. This was like, my first thought was a shelter dorm. It's kind of an old warehouse looking type building, warehousey. The floors were wooden. The beams at the top were wooden, you know, in the shape of a triangle, but like a, you know, like an attic roof or whatever the case may be. But the place was spacious, right? So I walk in, and I keep walking, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, nah, this can't be no shelter. But nonetheless, there was like bed, nightstand, not bed locker. That would be more like prison, but like bed, nightstand. I would say twin size too, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? But not only that, the individuals that were in there, they were magicians. They all had on robes, not the robes like this, right? They had on the robes that's exactly like the robes that's in on the magician card in tarot. All right, we all had them on. I had one on too. They were brown, white belt going around the side, the front, or whatever the case may be. Hoods on the back too. Real ritualistic type, ceremonial type atmosphere. So now I realize it's not a shelter, it's not a prison. I'm like, I'm in a fucking school. I'm in a magic school. The shit look like Hobbits / Lord of the Rings / Harry Potter in that bitch, right? So I'm walking through. I see people like tinkering with magic, like it would be in a hotter Harry Potter movie, but they're not actually like making a whole bunch of things sparkle and boom and, you know what I mean? They're just like toying with it, like trying to make things levitate a little bit. So I'm walking through now. I realize I got a bag with me. I guess it's like my bag of tricks or whatever the case may be. So I get to my bed. Like I got a bed in there. I realize this now. I cut in. It's about halfway through the dorm. I cut into my bed, lay my bag down. Boom. Now at first I'm not doing nothing spectacular. I'm even thinking about tarot in my mind, probably because I read so often, but I don't pull out any tarot cards. Instead, I'm writing. I don't know what the fuck I'm writing either. I'm just writing. And for some reason, I was able to like zone out of my own body and look at myself writing. So I knew this for sure that I was writing, in the beginning at least. I zoomed back into my body, and something tell me turn around. I turn right, there goes shorty. You know what I'm saying? There go homegirl, the girl of my dreams, right? There she goes. She walks in the door. Ah. I look, and I'm like, I don't know. First thing I said, I just came straight out. I was like, "What are you doing here?" Like that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of smiling, but like, "What are you doing here?" She looked at me like she looked at me with like this like smile / smirk that was like like shaking her head a little bit too, like, fuck you think I'm doing here, nigga? Like, I'm supposed to be here. Wherever you go, I go. Fuck is you talk about? Type shit. You know what I mean? So the shit had me dying laughing because the look on her face. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't say nothing. She just did this shake with her head, like, and smiled, like with her head tilted a little bit. And I was just like, yo, she too much. You know what I mean? So she's walking in. She got the robe on too. Same color robe. The hood, she got her bag on her, shoulder, like she about to come in and get it into. So I'm like, all right, obviously she belongs here, right? She belongs in magic school with the rest of us. So, now I pull out the tarot deck. I can't really see the cards. I could tell they brown. I could see brown. I seen a lot of brown in this dream. So I pull out the tarot cards because this woman had came up to me. She was dressed in the same garb we all had on too, but she wanted a reading. She wanted me to read for her right on the spot. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I must have had about 2 cards out on the table. Table right in front of me. I'm sitting on my bed, nightstand, table, whatever. I'm drawing the cards. I got like the second card down, and the lights go out. It gets dark outside too. Like the sun goes out, my nigga. Like the sun goes out, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I hear this noise like like it sound like a cat hissing. You know what I'm saying? So now I turn, homegirl, she look at me, I look at her. She like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on either. But this ghost spirit like entity just started appearing out of nowhere. So I got the woman that I'm reading the cards for right in front of me. So I'd say the ghost spirit thingy was like about 4 to 5 yards out, back towards the back of the warehouse, right? Or the dorm. So, but it's vague. It's like see-through at this point, right? And the shit is just like, you know what I'm saying? But the shit is levitating towards me. It got the same shit we got on, maybe a little bit darker though. And they got the hood on though. And this motherfucker is not walking, it's floating towards me. And at first I'm like, I'm on guard, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm starting to think like, I've been in this situation before, meeting spirits, entities, jinns, all kinds of stuff in my dreams. Plus I'm in magic school, I better know something, right? I should be alright. So I noticed that as the ghost entity thing is getting closer to me, they're starting to pull the hood from over their head. And the hissing is getting a little lighter. When they pulled the hood from over their head, I've seen a lot of scars on their face. Like they was cut up, like somebody cut them up with a razor blade or something. And it was a woman, come to find out. But at first it was difficult to really tell because of the haircut. They had like a bowl cut. So it wasn't quite a bob, right? Like a bob would come down to here. But the hair was cut like up to here. So it looked like somebody put a bowl over her head and just hit the clippers and hit the sides. You know what I'm saying? Faded the sides. Whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay. So now it gets closer to me. And the closer it gets to me, the scars on her face begin to heal. One by one, they just like disappearing. And by the time she got to me, like right in front of my face, her whole face was smooth, like clean, smooth, like beautiful skin tone, right? I can't say she was Caucasian. She was mixed with something. I just don't know what. You know what I mean? She had like an olive tone to her, you know? Maybe something European, maybe something Mediterranean mixed. Something was going on there, you know? But nonetheless, this spirit entity, they were they were a neutral rebel spirit. Like they was one of those spirits like, yo, you don't gotta root for me. You don't gotta boo me either, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't on none of these motherfucker sides. The good, the evil, the bad, you know what I mean? Like don't even associate me with that shit. Like they was just straight up real. And she was like, ain't you tired? She said, you don't gotta do it alone. Why you wanna do it alone? Ain't you tired? You don't gotta do it alone. Then she said, focus on the health. Just like that. Now when I first woke up from this dream, it must have been like 3 minutes that went by. I ain't even remember that I had a dream, yo. It had to take like 3 to 4 minutes for me to like warm up from waking up to realize like, oh shit, you just had a whole dream about homegirl and all that. Like, nigga, it's part 6. Let's get to recording this, right? But when I first woke up, I couldn't remember exactly what the ghost had said, the spirit had said, and it had me tight because I'm like, I know it was something important, but I remembered. My memory got jogged. I don't know, it's something I seen in my apartment, maybe on TV or something, and I was like, that's what it is. Bomb, remembered it. I was like, yeah, let me go record this dream now. So that's what they said, and then they started disintegrating. The same way that they came in the form, they started disintegrating and they disappeared. Lights came back on in the dorm. The sun came back on outside. Everything kosher, right? Now, shorty I was doing a reading for, she was terrified. Like, she was just like, and I don't blame her. Like, it was some spooky sound and shit. It was spooky looking and everything. But it was like the closer that this entity got to me, the more, what's that? Acceptable, I guess you could say, they became. Maybe even angelic, because they damn sure came off like a demon, but it was just like, that's what it was like up from afar. But up close, it's like you just don't judge a book by its cover type shit. And that's what I'm saying. This is one of those neutral entities. It don't care to be looked at as good. It don't care to be looked at as bad. It's your fucking choice. I respect it. I ain't even gonna lie. I respect whatever it is, whoever it is. I don't know them by names and shit. I ain't getting no name. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna sit here and be like, Angel, far. I don't fucking know, B. Alright? So, that was that. So, that's why I gave you the context of all the health and stuff like this. Now, mind you, I got all the fruits and vegetables in the drawers of my refrigerator. And, I ain't juiced none of them. It was like 2 in the morning. I wasn't going to start juicing at 2 in the morning. So, I was just like, all of that stuff is there. It's like everything is prepared. Like, and, so it was basically just hinting to me, like, go through with that. But not only that, you got the school, like I got the school development, like I even got some of that part of the course situated and done already. It's just I didn't start uploading it to the school yet. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of sitting on it, but like I told y'all, I got other things going on. I'm taking my time, But the spirit thing was like, yo, get on that type shit. I copy, I got you. I told you I was going to allow myself to be guided, and you know what I'm saying? So I guess this is part of that. So, all right, boom. So now I turn to look at homegirl, right? The girl in my dreams. So, but she on the left of me. She's stationed, I guess you could say, or assigned to like 3 beds down from mine, maybe 4. A little bit of distance, a little gap between us. But I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, she here. She took her bag off her shoulders. She getting ready to get in her thing and her bag and do her thing. No doubt. So I look at her. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go get something to eat real quick. Go get some snacks. I was like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ask her what she wanted. It was kind of like, I told myself like I'm supposed to know what she wants. So that lets you know a little something like, oh shit. If you go to get your girl some snacks or get a girl some snacks and you already know what to get them, yeah, it was one of those. So I don't know what dimension we was in, what timeline. I don't know. But I somehow knew what snacks she was supposed to get. But mind you, I also had in my memory that there's a vending machine on the way out in the hallway on the way out of the exit. So I got this lodged in my mind, and I'm telling myself, like, yeah, they got hoagies in there and all kind of shit, right? So I'm telling myself, like, yeah, I'm going to get some donuts, this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not even supposed to be eating this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the spirit just came and told me about focus on the health. And here I go talking about going to get some snacks. So this was my first hint to, like, nigga, you running. You scared. You running. I ain't really assess it until I woke up. But this is the first step in for me knowing that, right? Mind you, maybe the second, because I'm like, yo, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? She like, nigga, fuck is you talking about? Don't play with me. Like, you know what I'm doing here. And I'm just like thrown off by her even being there. She got the whole jump off on and everything. She like, what you think? Like, you the only one gonna be doing magic around this mother? Nah, nigga, I'm doing magic too. So I leave. But I don't remember exactly like pressing D7 to make the motherfucking Suzy Q's drop into the shit. You know what I'm saying? I just remember going past. I remember having like a row of donuts in my hand, putting it in the bag. I took my bag with me. But I kept going. Now I'm telling myself, oh, we're going to the store too. We're going to go to the store too. So this definitely, after I woke up, this definitely let me know I was on some running shit. Like, where is you going, my nigga? There's a vending machine in where you really going? So I leave. I don't remember walking through the whole town or through the whole blocks, but I do remember arriving at a block that I used to run around on during my childhood days. You know what I'm saying? Teenage days and stuff like that. Now the name of this block is called York Avenue. If you're from New Brighton, Staten Island, you know. If you know, you know. Right? The name of the block is York Avenue. I'm thinking maybe, okay, it's a play. I stay in New York, so maybe that got something to do with something. I don't know. You know, I didn't actually live on York, but I lived real nearby York, and I had some important people. You could say some important friends that also lived on York Avenue. It was damn near family, right? So I'm going back York Avenue, down York Avenue, still daytime outside, and now in my mind I'm realizing like, nigga, you going back home. You going back home. After I woke up, I'm like, damn, why was you going back home? Why are you going back home? You know you're not going back home. You know it's a dungeon. You know it's a wrap. Another thing that I think is associated with fear, you know? So I get like halfway down York because there's like a cut that I would turn up to go to where I used to live at. So before I get there, I hear footsteps behind me. I turn around, it's a little girl. She run past me. No, she's running from behind me. She stops in front of me. She's on a sidewalk though. I'm walking in the street. She looks at me. She starts smiling. And I'm looking at her face. She looked just like homegirl. The girl from my dreams. The girl of my dreams, right? She looks just like her in her face. She's just baby-faced. You know what I'm saying? Now I told you, homegirl, she got a daughter and all that. I've seen the daughter before. She looked like the daughter, just a little bit more like the mom. Or if that's the mom, I don't even know if that's her daughter or you understand what I'm saying? Like I can't be sure. It's not like a daughter in a 3D, I can tell you that. But she looked so much like her, like it was mind-boggling. I almost was like, yo, where's your mom at? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I was ready to be like, yo, your mom's over here, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? But I was shocked. I was kind of frozen. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So she's looking at me. She's smiling. She's got her hair back in 2 braids, part down the middle. And now she's giggling like, ha, 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 ha. She spin off, turn around, run up the stairs of this house, right? Not this house, but of a house that's on York Avenue. She might have, by the way, she had on a brown robe with the hood on and all that, just a smaller one. Cute. It's fucking adorable, right? She runs up the steps. So now I'm standing there stuck, contemplating whether I'm going to go to my old house or not. And I'm questioning myself. Now I'm feeling kind of like a dumbass. Like, what are you even doing over here, my nigga? But seeing Shorty face kind of like lit me up and it had me starting to think about this. Like, you're not going back home, my nigga. Like, you're not going home. Knock it off. So then I hear more footsteps behind me. I turn around. There's another little girl. Got the robe on and all that. Now, she looked just like the first little girl that ran up the steps. Maybe a little bit different in height. They could have been twins. And she was accompanied by another woman who resembles homegirl in my dreams plural now, but just, I guess you could say bigger. And I can now tell that, okay, she was walking down the block with the girls and just like had her eye on the girls. You understand what I'm saying? So she waves hi to me. The other little girl, she stops, looks at me, you know what I'm saying? Do one of those. She start laughing. She takes off, runs upstairs. I'm like, all right. So at this very moment, like I became telepathic. I felt guided. I felt like someone gave me a nudge, like a hint. And all of a sudden I knew what I was there for. I was there because I was there to diffuse a situation or just like, and I'm not saying I was there to fight. I wasn't there to like get into it with nobody. I was just there to make a statement in a stern type of way. So my mind kind of like teleported upstairs in that apartment, the same house that they went up into. And I could like see, I projected my mind to where I could see. There was a man that I was supposed to speak to up there. Now all I could see of this man was like a silhouette. He was a kind of roundish man, if you will. Maybe 2 inches shorter than me. I could just see the silhouette of the shadow of this person on the wall. They were standing still, wasn't standoffish or nothing like that. And I'm just breaking it down to them like, yo, look, you got to make sure that things are situated over here, that everything is okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't be arguing and don't be fighting over no stupid shit. It ain't worth it. We got to keep things together. It was like on some old family unit type, tribal type shit. We all got the same shit on. Now, the homeboy, he ain't had, even though it was a silhouette, I could tell he ain't had a robe on. Like, he had like a tee and some sweats maybe. You know what I'm saying? You could tell if somebody had one of these, not one of these, but, one of the robes that we had on, and he ain't have one of those on. But the girl did, and the two little girls, they did too. So I said what I had to say, right, in a stern type of way. And then as I'm about to leave, it was like a hologram of homegirl, the girl in my dreams, appeared. Type shit. And she gave me that same look, that smile, smirk look that she gave me when she came into the magic school. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm thinking to myself, like, you got something to do with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, but she ain't say nothing. So I'm like, at that point, I felt like I ain't feel violated. I felt like we was playing a telepathic game. I felt like she had something to do with, I guess it was magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yo, nigga, you running back to your childhood, you running back to your hood, or, you running back to mommy. Like, what are you really doing? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? She ain't saying nothing. This is my mind. You know what I'm saying? This is also my mind talking to me. Like, nigga, what are you doing? You going back home? You going back to mommy? What the fuck is going on? So I did a 180. I said, fuck going back home. Like I said, that shit is over. That shit is done. Made a 180. Beelined it back to the school. I got to the front of the school. Now it's nighttime. It's dark as fuck outside. I walk in the building. It's dark inside the building. Everybody, all the magicians are in their bed and shit. And sure enough, she's still there too. And I don't know if she was like the only one up too, because I ain't seen no light coming from anywhere else except from behind me where security was. And she's like looking. She either had a flashlight to like, or using a light from her phone to like read a book, or she was actually looking into her phone and, I guess browsing through some stuff or whatever the case may be. But I just stopped there. Instead of going all the way to my bed, I told you I was like 3 or 4 beds over from hers. I just stopped there and I just looked at her like, with my head tilted, like, just admiring her, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, look at Shorty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't going nowhere, B. Like, and the whole telepathic thing, it was just like, I ended up coming right back to the school, and I was just like, alright, so I guess we fucking magicians then now, huh? You know what I mean? And I didn't walk over there. I just wanted to stand there for a minute and just look at her. Like, it was kind of stalkish. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was kind of stalkish. It was. But I felt it was rightfully so. I felt justified doing that, And that was it. That's the end of the dream. What else can I make of this? I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to wait until the next dream. I'll tell you this, like, I'm probably going to go get like a shitload of coffee, because I keep like going to get single cups of coffee because I know how I could get. Once I rack up on coffee, I fuck around and have 2 cups a day, and I don't like to have 2 cups a day, And then I start eating every fucking thing because coffee makes me hungry. I don't know about the rest of y'all. And then it could go into spiral into me just, being this size but having a stomach, and that just looks very awkward to me. I don't like that. I guess that comes with age, so they say, you know what I mean? TMI now, too much information. But watch when the summer hit, though. Not like I'm going to be showing it off or whatever the case may be, but Alright, until next time, I'm out.